This is six-time IFBB Bikini Pro champion Brina Martinez, and I take ZMA5 to make sure that I get the zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6 needed to keep my immune system healthy and snap strong.
Leo, man, it's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in like a year, I think, like in a really, really long time.
Yeah, no, I think a long time. Last time I fought was November, so it's almost gonna be a year. So yeah, it's been a long time. We haven't seen each other, and with all these things, we can't.
Yeah, it sucks, man. What's up, man? How have you been? How have you been through all this?
I've been good. I'm still training. I was in camp training because I knew I wanted to fight, and as soon as there was a fight available, I was gonna go for it. And now we got this fight against Tank Davis. It's a great fight. I was asking for this fight, and now it's happening. I'm really happy, excited, motivated, and I'm training really hard to go out there and give a great fight for the fans.
How long have you been training for this now?
I was on and off. Like I started training like maybe like since January, February. I was already training. February, March, I was training because I was like, maybe I'm gonna fight in May or June. So then they told me no, so I stopped. I stopped for a while, like maybe for a month, and then I went back to the gym and I started training again. And I was just training, yeah, taking it easy, not training 100% because I knew there was still no fight, and without this COVID, I didn't know when. But then for this fight, they told me it was gonna be October, so I knew. So for this fight, I've been training like for 3 months.
For 2 months now?
No,
And
three
then
months.
three months now.
Like two and a half, and then with this, the rest is gonna be like 3 months total. Yeah.
Jeez. You don't normally train that much for a fight, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. But like, I know this is a hard fight. I was practicing in the gym. I was, staying busy so that whenever they told me the date, I was start 100% and I could be ready.
During this whole time, a lot of people have had time to like, chill or spend more time with family. Some people went crazy during quarantine, binged on Netflix. How was this whole time for you, like personally? Like, what'd you do with like the extra time?
Oh, I was doing the same thing because I was still in the gym. I was going to the gym, but yeah, the time I was off, I was with my family watching here Netflix, like you said. Just spending it here and just with my kids, spending time with the kids, helping them with the homework and stuff like that. Going to the swimming pool, stuff like that. Spending time with the family because we couldn't really go out. All the restaurants were closed and everything, so there was not much to do. You just be here at the house with the kids and you're spending time with them.
How many kids do you have now?
I have three
Three
kids.
kids now. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man. It's just crazy because when I was reading up on this, I was looking at like your age, and we're around the same age. I'm a little bit older than you, but Tank's like 25, and I'm like, man, like I remember like you when like you had like a bald buzz cut and you had the mustache going when you were like around like Tank's age, and I was like, man, it's just crazy how time flies, and it's kind of like a role reversal. Like you're young, but you're seen as like the older guy coming into
I know.
this fight.
I do. Yeah. Before I used to let my mustache grow,
Yeah.
but I thought it looked good. But then I saw pictures and stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I let my mustache grow. So now I take it all the time, and I think it makes me look younger too. So I like it.
Yeah, don't go with the mustache anymore, bro.
Yeah.
That's good. With everything that's been happening, I'm sure training's been so different now, right?
Yeah. No, it is. The different. Not much people could go to the gym and watch you, but I could get to concentrate on my dad. He goes on and off because sometimes he has to go to the hospital and stuff like that. But my dad been there whenever he can. He's there. He's telling my brother what to do, and we still concentrated. We really focus on this fight. We know it's the hardest fight of my career, so we gotta be prepared, and we're gonna go out there and just do what we can.
How is your dad with the cancer and everything like that? You mentioned he had to go to the hospital. How's his condition?
Oh, right now his condition is good. He he don't have that much pain. The only thing he had a little trouble, like maybe a few weeks ago, he had to go to the hospital for a week because he got an infection right here in the port he had, where they gave him the medicine and everything. He got infected, so he got what do you call it? He got mm, I forgot what it's called, but it was like an infection. And he was like a little bit. he had like a virus in his body, so they were taking care of him and everything. And now he got out and he's better.
There was a post on social media which ended up being fake, but said that something had happened to your dad. Just give me your thoughts, because when I saw that, I'm like, I haven't heard anything about this. But what'd you make of everything of all that?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it was just misunderstanding, because yeah, my dad was really sick. He almost passed away because
Oh wow.
that. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a tattoo. I don't know if you've seen it. I have a
Yeah,
tattoo.
I've seen it.
Yeah. I made it because he was really sick and he got COVID. He had the virus, yeah, too. But that was like maybe like 2 months ago already. Yeah, he was really sick. His lungs were failing. His heart was skipping beats. He had 2 heart attacks when he was there in the hospital. And Louis, the doctor that's taking care of my dad, he talked to us, and he did that. He talked to the doctors, and while he was in the hospital, they didn't think my dad was gonna make it. That he was everything was failing. His lungs, his kidney were failing, so that he thought he wasn't gonna make it. He was in a ventilator, and he stopped breathing. So it was really bad for my dad. But we prayed, we asked God to make a miracle, and thank God he did make a miracle, because my dad made it. He was the only one that survived in the hospital at that time. That had all of the people that had COVID passed away, and my dad was the only one that made it. So it was like a miracle. We were all happy and excited that he was getting better and that he was gonna be able to come back home.
Wow, that's I didn't know that. I didn't know that your dad had gotten COVID and all that.
Yeah, he did. It was really bad. And this was the fight that my dad wanted. He wanted me to fight against Gervonta Davis, and because he believes I could beat him, that I have the skills and everything to beat him. And I said, my dad wanted this fight, and now that this fight is gonna be able to happen, he's not gonna be here. So I was like, man, I hope he's here, and I'm gonna train hard and make this fight for him.
Obviously, I'm so happy to hear that your dad's okay.
Thank you.
Because if you know me, I always ask about your dad whenever I see you. Does that give you extra motivation now, seeing that your dad's okay? I would imagine it was a stressful thing for you to go through, and a big worry as well for you.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm very happy. I'm more motivated because I know this is a fight that my dad wanted, and I'm gonna go out there and do my best, the best that I can, because for my dad, to make him happy and try to show the world that I could beat Davis and I am gonna beat him.
Is he gonna be able to make it out there, or is he still gonna be recovering?
No, he is gonna be able to make it. The doctor said that he's gonna be able to make it. My dad's been going to the gym. He's still right there. He's a little retired and stuff like that, but he's gonna make it. Maybe, yeah, he's gonna be a little retired, but he's gonna be there to fight. Hopefully, God.
What I think your camera shut off there, Leo. There we go.
Yeah.
What did your dad tell you about the experience of what you just told me right now? What are his sentiments and feelings about everything that happened?
He said that when he was right in the hospital, he didn't know anything. He didn't know what was going on. That he just, he said, I wasn't dead. I was partying. He was like saying that I wasn't dead. I was just partying. And he said that he was just right there, and that that this is the fight of my life. This is the fight that could put me in the next level, put me in the pound for pound best. And with this fight, the sky's the limit for me. So he's motivated me. He believes in me. He knows that I could beat Tank Davis, and we're training really hard for this fight.
No, given that your dad went through that experience and got through it, did you also did the gym end up catching COVID as well? Did you have to go take some time out?
Yeah, when that happened, we left the gym. That's when we stopped too for a couple of weeks. I think it was maybe a month that we stopped going, because people did catch it right there at the gym. They had the COVID. So, but now I think I never got it. I never tested positive, but they did the blood work on me and everything, and I tested GG. That means that I'm immune to it. I had it before, but I never came out positive. I don't know why, but it means that right now I can't really get it.
Oh, that's crazy. You didn't even realize that you had it then?
No, I never realized that I had it. They're saying that maybe I had it back in November when I fought. Because right there I got sick I was sick. I had fever for 3 days, and fight day I was still sick and everything. for the November fight. So they think that maybe that's when I had it, but I just didn't never. They didn't know about it yet.
That's crazy because I know there was another fighter too that just fought recently that was really, really sick on the Wilder Fury card that I remember we had fighter meetings with, and he was telling us that he was just sick as a dog, and he just fought again, and we were all thinking like, you know what, we think he had COVID during that time.
Yeah, I know. Maybe a lot of people we had it already, and we didn't even know that it was. We thought it was like a regular, flu or something.
Have you noticed any differences, or do your body feels the same? You feel the same, or did you feel a little bit like, oh man, like it's not like how it was before, like in the beginning?
No, I feel my body good right now. I've been training. When I train, sometimes I feel my body more tired. Just for this camp, I feel my body a little bit more rested, more better, and I don't feel as tired as other camp. So
that's good. That's good. That's a good sign. Leo, this fight with Tank, obviously, he's a big guy. Regularly fights at 135 pounds. I know weight's been a big issue with this fight. Are you concerned about that at all?
I'm a little concerned, yes, because he might not make weight if he comes a little bit heavier, and then maybe that might be a little advantage to him because he's gonna come overweight, and then after we eat and everything, he's gonna blow up in weight too. He's gonna maybe go like to 150, 140 something, who knows. And me, the most I gain is like maybe 7 pounds, 6 pounds. I'll be like 136, 137. And he's going to be going up to like 150. So that might be an advantage for him, but it's all right. No, we're going to go out there. We've been sparring with sparring partners that are like heavier than me. And, so I could get adjusted to it and I won't feel the difference.
Well, he looks like he's not in the shape that he was like 2 months ago. He looks like he's trimmed down. I've seen tweets from his promoters, from Leonard Ellerby, that he's going to have no problem making weight. He has a 6-pack now. He looks like he's coming down, but you never know with those last 1 or 2 pounds the day of a weigh-in.
No, it is. I've seen videos of him, and he does look in shape. It looks like he's training hard, that he's motivated, and people are saying that he is motivated for this fight, that he's taking this fight very serious. And, I like that because he's going to make sure he's going to be in weight, and hopefully he don't have trouble making the weight, because they do say that the last 2 or 3 pounds are the hardest. But who knows? We will see on October 23rd, day of the weigh-in, to see what he brings.
What happens if he doesn't make weight, Leo? What's the situation there? What if he's off by like a pound or 2 pounds?
We're still going to fight, I'm not going to let the fight go off just because of 1 or 2 pounds. But there is going to be penalties. I think that if he don't make weight 1 pound or 2 pounds, I think there's going to be a penalty for each pound that he misses or something like that. We haven't really talked about it, but I know there is going to be penalties.
Okay. Yeah, because, when I did a live chat last week, a fan had mentioned like, hey, Floyd's working with Tank. Remember what Floyd did with Juan Manuel Marquez. He came in, a few pounds over, didn't care, paid Marquez, and he had that big weight advantage. And I was like, okay, that's not outside the realm of possibilities. I'm not saying he's going to do it, not at all. I think he really is trying to make the weight. But I was wondering if maybe that was in your mind as well, like that could be a strategy on their end.
Yeah, no, it could be a strategy of their end and everything. But, hopefully he doesn't do that. But we're going to try still. When he goes there and he's overweight, we're going to try to make him drop as much as he can. And if he can drop that, well, we're just going to go for it and use the penalty. That's it.
When you look at this fight, what do you need to take away from Tank in order that you win this?
I need to take away, his speed and his power, because I know he's a powerful guy. He has 22 knockouts out of 23. So we know he can punch. We got to be smart, not get hit, not stay in there and brawl with him to get hit with those big shots. We got to fight very, very smart, and we got to do a perfect fight, And that's what we train in the gym, to go out and do that. And hopefully, we go and do it.
Yeah, I think a big thing is how you're going to react to his power and his size. And, obviously, you don't want to get hit by his punches.
Of course,
That's the obvious thing. But, that's really the big thing. If you see that you are able to take his punches well, how does the dynamic of the fight play out at that point then?
All right, once we see if we see that we could take his punches, we're gonna try it. We're gonna stay there a little bit, and if we feel he's too strong or something, we're gonna move. We're not gonna stay there at all. But if we see that we could take his punches, I'm gonna go out alone. You know, I'm gonna be on top of him, breaking him down, working the body upstairs, everywhere. You know, trying to not let him breathe, not let him think, so we could frustrate him. And I know he's not gonna like that. He's gonna get tired, and I could even stop him, I think, by volume punching.
Really? You think you can stop him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know if I get him tired, if he gets fatigued, he's not gonna, have another choice than to quit.
Wow, that'd be something, Leo. That would be a huge statement on your end to be able to do something like that to a guy that many feel is the next star in boxing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's why we picked him. A lot of people were saying that I'm scared to fight big names, big opponents. That's why we asked for this fight. We wanted to prove to the people that I'm not scared of nobody, that I'm here to fight the best. And who else than Tank Davis? He's like the next superstar. He's like they're saying, the pay-per-view superstar. So if I go out there and do this against him and I beat him, that means I'm really good, and that I could be the next superstar.
You mentioned you're sparring with bigger guys. How's that been?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been able to take their punch. They hit me, and I don't get days for nothing. They get me with some good shots and everything, and I could take them. So hopefully, fight day against Tank Davis, we could be able to do that too.
How long have you been, like this whole time you've been sparring with the bigger guys, or like gradually as we get closer?
Yeah, no, I've been for this camp, and then also for other camps, I have been sparring with bigger guys too and everything. But for this one, they're a little bit bigger. Yeah.
You came up from the lighter weights, a multiple division world champion. The last fight, I believe, was at 130, but a lot of your career you spent at featherweight.
Yes.
What differences do you feel now, like fighting at this weight at 130 pounds?
Yeah, the punches are a little bit stronger. You could feel the weight difference a little bit and everything. But we just got to adjust to it a little bit. And like I say, hopefully I can have a good chin. I could take his punches and I could make a great fight. But, we've been practicing a little bit the chin. Working on neck exercises to be able to take those punches.
What about you yourself at this weight?
Myself, I'm getting a little more power too. The sparring partners say that I'm feeling a lot stronger. That is the strongest they have felt me before. And, I'm working in the gym with my strength conditioning coach, Andy Aguilar. He's been, doing some exercise to get a little more power, not get slower and everything, but, I'm going to go out stronger, and I feel stronger.
It's a weird thing because the last fight that he had against Gamboa, many people felt that he would just knock out Gamboa like really, really quick. Gamboa went 12 rounds, but I think that performance could be a little misleading because it seems in the clips that he's released, he seems highly, highly motivated for not only this fight, but for you. But what'd you make of his last fight with Gamboa?
Yeah, no, I think, like I say, maybe he didn't take it that serious. He knew that Gamboa was, like on his way out already. So I think it was during Thanksgiving, it was Christmas. So I think he lacked off. He ate a little bit on Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's because it's hard not to get distracted during those holidays and be concentrated. So I think it was just that. But I know that for my fight, he's really concentrated. He knows this is a big opportunity to become a superstar and a pay-per-view, head start. So I think he's going to take it very serious. He's going to come with everything, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm training. This is the biggest opportunity of my life to go out there and show the world who Leo Santa Cruz is and become a superstar too.
What do you think about him teaming up with Floyd? And do you think Floyd can change him at all as a fighter?
Yeah, I think Floyd Mayweather could change him. Floyd Mayweather is a great fighter, the best in pound for pound. But it's just on Tank's side. If he wants to listen, if he pays attention, if he does what he's told, he's gonna do it. But if not, he's gonna come and do whatever he wants, what he's used to doing. And it's no difference. I'm still gonna go out there and fight a smart fight, and whatever he brings, I'm gonna try to adjust and just beat him.
When you look at this fight, Leo, like how have you played it out in your mind? Like, do you see him like coming at you like in the early rounds, like really strong, really to like impose himself and show you like, hey, I'm the bigger guy, or do you see like you being the one that's goes to him right away and shows you like, hey, I can hang with you. I'm gonna push you back.
No, I think he's like I played in my mind that he's gonna try to come and say, hey, I'm the bigger guy, I'm the stronger guy. He's gonna try to push me, stay there and brawl with me, because I seen in some trainings they're showing him how to stay there and fight in the middle of the ring, like if he's going to brawl. But I'm not gonna do that. What I see myself doing is from the outside, jab, and the rights, and if I see I land those punches, I'm gonna throw my combinations and be breaking down little by little, but. We're gonna, like I said, once we're up there, we're gonna see if we could take his punches. I'm gonna try to stay there with him and brawl and go toe to toe. If not, I'm gonna box, you move, and just do what I have to do to win the fight. A smart fight.
And you can box. That's the thing. Like that. I understand why you fight the way you do. It's exciting, and you're good at fighting that way. But you've shown in the last few fights that you're tall and you have long arms. You can box from the distance.
Yeah, I could box. I always.
But you don't do it. You're doing it more.
Yeah, I do that because I try to please the fans. I know the fans, they love a fighter that's in the middle of the ring. Trading punches, making it a war. But sometimes I have to think about myself too. If I could do that, but I'm risking too much. I'm risking to get caught. I'm risking to lose the fight. So I just gotta be smart and do it for myself and just to win the fight. And later then I could do that probably in other fights.
I would imagine you've seen the sparring clips that have been out of him, right?
Yes, I've seen a couple. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think he looks strong and everything right there in the sparring, because he still has a weight on him and everything. He's bigger, but I think once fight day comes, he's gonna be lean. He's gonna be closer to my weight. So I think he's not gonna look as strong as he does in the sparring, because right there, when you have weight on you and everything, you look strong because you're well eaten and everything. But hopefully, he doesn't look the same as that in fight day.
Did you have a chance? Because I know he used to be trained by your father.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Ivan Redcatch about the sparring?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah?
he called me. Yeah, he told me, and he said that what they recorded wasn't like good. That they said that they were gonna do 6 rounds, and that they went out there and were only able to do 4 rounds. That although the rest of the sparring, it was good. That he was doing good and everything. That it was the 4th round already, and that it was like the last 30 seconds, and that Gervonta Davis he just let everything out. That he started throwing everything, and Rekash, he still thought they were gonna do like 2 more rounds. So he was just trying to take it easy and stuff. And that after he did all that he did and put the video, that they say, oh no more rounds, that's it. So they just I think they was I don't know, it was just something they did, like they bet on Rekash to make him look bad. I don't know.
And what did Ivan tell you specifically about you and him in regards to that fight, given his experience sparring with Tank?
Oh no, he said that I could beat him. That I had to be smart. That he does have power. That he does have power and everything, but he gets tired. That he gets tired after a few. That if he throws many punches, that he's gonna gas out. And that if I use my experience, that my jab, and just fight the smart fight from the outside, that I could beat him. He said that. He says, I believe you. I know you're gonna beat him, and you could do it.
No, it's there is a path there, especially with the volume, especially with the judges, because it's going to be real hard for the judges to decide who they want to give the round to. If you have one guy that's doing a majority of the work the whole round, and then you have another guy that's landing big punches, but not as much as the other guy doing work the whole round, it makes it really, really hard on the judges.
Yeah, it does. It's going to be interesting. It'll be very interesting. And just see what happened the fight day.
This fight is for titles at 130 and 135 pounds. Your thoughts on that? Because you haven't fought at 135 pounds. What do you make just overall of that?
Well, no, I think, it's great because, Tank Davis is a 135 pounder. And so if I beat him at 130, and it shows that, I could compete in the 135 too, because he's the champion at 135. I could compete at 135 too. But right now, if I get the win, I'm still going to stay at 130, maybe do 1 more fight or 2 more fights. And if there's another big opportunity at 135 to unify or something, I'll take the challenge and I'll go up to 135 and fight there too.
Jeez, Leo.
Yeah.
That would make you how many divisions?
Yeah, five
Five?
division world champion.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of
Yeah.
people. Like I think the only
Yeah.
6 division champs are Oscar and Floyd and Sugar Ray, if I'm not mistaken. Five's pretty rare.
Yeah, no idea. Yeah, five. I'll be like making kind of like history. I think there's only. I don't know if there's only one or no Mexicans that have been a 5 division world champion. So if I'm able to do that, it'll be like something big for me, and it'll be like another dream come true. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking if you do beat Tank, what else is there out there for you? Like what other big fights do excite you?
Other big fights that are out there for me is the winner of Berchelt against Oscar Valdez. That's another big fight because they're both great fighters too. So right there, and there's other opponents that are upcoming. Like Goldberg and Joseph Diaz. Still the Carl Frampton fight. People wanted me to fight him. Gary Russell. There are a lot of big names out there, and then maybe like I said, on 35, there's another stack card right there. So I know there's a lot of big names at 135. So any of them, it'll be great.
What do you make of Carl Frampton? I know he talked to a bunch of us media people. He wasn't too happy about not having the fight. Did you hear what he said about everything?
Yeah, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I know he was upset. I know he was talking a little bit of crap. But like I said, it wasn't up to me. I asked for the fight. Maybe it was his fault because he's the one that signed with Top Rank. And, Top Rank and PBC, they don't really make fights. But like I said, I was pushing for that fight. I said I will give him the third fight. I don't know why it didn't happen, but I did push for it. And I meant it when I said I want to fight him. I want to get a third fight because we're 1-1. I want to show that I could beat him the third time again. And yes, but it didn't happen.
And with Gary, I know he's been going on live a lot. He mentioned you, I want to say maybe about a month ago. What do you make of all that?
Yeah, no, Gary Russell's a great fighter too. Like I said too, I asked for that fight too. I asked for the Gervonta Davis fight. There's a lot of fights I asked for. Didn't happen.
You're asking for fights with everybody, Leo. Shoot.
Yeah, I know I am because I say I'm up to fight for whoever. But it is that they're the one that decide who I fight, and they pick Gervonta Davis. They gave me that fight, and I said okay, I'm happy. I picked that fight. I'm gonna get on, and hopefully I get this win, and then after this we would like to face Gary Russell.
Yeah, that's a fight I think we all thought was happening, and then this one obviously came up. He's calling out Crawford, he's calling out Devin Haney. I was surprised about the Crawford thing, but I was just like, man, dude, moving up that many weight classes to fight Crawford? Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, that was too much weight. Crawford is tough, so I think that was gonna be not a good choice. But hey, he must be picking that fight for a reason.
There's a lot of beef there. I think there's a lot of beef. Did you watch the pay-per-view over the weekend?
Yeah, I watched the pay-per-view. Those brothers, yeah.
What'd you think?
They look. I thought it was a great card. Both the brothers, they look really strong. Dermancheco could take punches. Charlo got him with some good shots. They hurt him. I thought he was gonna knock him out, but he didn't. Like I said, Dermancheco could take a punch, but they gave a great fight. He looked really good and strong. And the other Charlo, the brother, he looked really great too. Rosario's a great fighter. He had great defense, and he was pushing Charlo back. He was going putting the pressure and getting some good shots in too. But Charlo was better fighter that night, and he got him with the body shot, and just made him quit.
So you're a fighter, so you know about these things a little bit more than normal people. What happened when he hit him with that punch? When Jermell hit Rosario with that punch, because it looked like he knocked the wind out of him, or something happened there. I've never seen like a guy shake like that before.
I think he got him right in the spot, in the perfect spot. In the they call it la boca del estómago. That's how we call it
the
in
mouth
Spanish.
of the stomach.
Yeah. It's like when they catch you right there, I think you can't breathe. It takes all the air out of you, and I think it looked like he was going into a seizure or something like that.
Yeah, it was scary for a second. I was like, oh no.
I think he knocked all of his air out, and he couldn't breathe. So that way he was going it looked like he was choking. So I think it was just a matter that he's got him in the right place, and he's gonna let him breathe. Because it no matter how strong you are, if they get you at the right spot, you're gonna feel it.
Has that ever happened to you? Or have you ever done that to somebody?
No, I've never done that to nobody. But to me, they hit when I was 17 years old. I sparred with Ponce de Leon, and
Oh man, he's a big puncher.
yeah,
He's a crazy puncher too.
Yeah, he did. He punched me in the middle of the chest right here, and it knocked my wind out too. So that was the first time I ever like told somebody to stop. Like I told him, hey, hold on, because he knocked the air out of me. I couldn't breathe. I was like trying to breathe, and I couldn't. It just knocked all the air out of me. So I think it might have kind of like the same thing that happened to Rosario, but it was lower in the stomach, and I think there was nothing he could do.
Jeez, because I'd hear the stories of Ponce sparring all those guys at Maywood and like Valero and Soto and all those guys.
Yeah, no, Ponce, yeah, he used to spar right there with all those guys. They were great sparring and everything, and I was able to spar with him too, and I got a lot of experience from that, and I think that's where I was able to learn how to have a great chin and take the punches.
So with these wins, do you think the Charlos are top 10 pound for pound, Leo, in your opinion? Like, what do you make?
Yeah, in my own opinion, yeah, I think they're in the top pound for pounds. They should be there. They're great fighters. One of them already has the 3 belts in the division, so that shows that he's a great fighter, and they're gonna continue to show they're one of the best, and they're gonna continue to get better opponents and see what happens.
Here's the money question. A lot of people want to see Jamal and Canelo. What happens there based on what we saw last Saturday?
That's a great fight. Charlo's a strong fighter. He's really, great. Canelo's a strong fighter too, and a really great, one of the best. And I think it would be a really great fight. I think it's like a 50-50 fight, but Canelo might be a little bit stronger. That's the only difference. But Charlo is, smart. He's not gonna try to get hit with those big shots. And if he goes to decision, I think he could beat him on points.
You know what's going to be interesting if that fight ever does happen is the inside game, because it looked like Derevyanchenko had a lot of success pressuring and fighting on the inside. And I was thinking, like, man, if Canelo is a whole different level when it comes to fighting on the inside.
Yeah, no, Canelo is a different level. But the only thing is that he don't throw combinations. He just throws like 1, 2, 3 punches, and that's it, and he'll let you go. Yeah, but Derevyanchenko, he's a pressure fighter. He comes at you, he throws 4 or 5 punches, combinations, and Canelo, he throws a little bit less. He just goes 1, 2, 3 punches, and that's it. So I think that'll be the difference, and Charlo would be able to move and not get hit with those combinations.
Before I let you go, Leo, I got to ask you one more thing. I think maybe a week before your fight, Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko. That's such a great fight. I'm hyped up for that fight, man. What do you make of that fight?
I know I'm a fighter too, but I am also a fan of that fight. I'm hyped for that fight because I want to see what the result is gonna be, because it's a really great fight. Both of them are great fighters. They have great skills, and it's a 50-50 fight right there. I think the only difference I see is that Teofimo is stronger. He's more natural at that weight. He looks bigger. And I think if he catches Lomachenko, he could hurt him or knock him out. But like I said, Lomachenko is a great, skillful fighter. He's really, fast, throws great punch and everything. And if he don't get caught, he throws his combinations. I think he could beat Teofimo by decision. So it's going to be a really, really interesting fight that I want to see it already. I want it to happen to see how it goes.
Who has the advantage in the fight?
I think Teofimo. He has the advantage because he's bigger. I think he's bigger and stronger. Yeah.
He said 3-round knockout. I don't know if he's just saying to hype the fight.
Yeah.
But is that his only way to win, or do you think he can win a 12-round decision?
Yeah, he could win a 12-round decision too, because Lomachenko, he's picking you right there, and it looks like when they put pressure on him, he don't like that. He don't like the pressure on him, and I think if Teofimo pushes the pressure and throws his combination and lands good shots, Lomachenko is not gonna be able to respond, and might get frustrated and just not throw punches and just try to move and block. And Teofimo could beat him with a decision like that too.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm that fight, and then right after your guys' fight, and then we still have Spence and Danny Garcia. That's another great fight too.
Yeah, and also the Oscar Valdez against Berchelt. That's gonna be another too. So it's all great fights right there, and hope hopefully all of them are great fights.
Leo, what's left to do now before you get to your fight? What type of work do you guys still have to do?
I'm still sparring. Today I did 10 rounds of sparring. This is the week I do 10. Next week I'm gonna do 12 rounds of sparring already, maybe even 13, because my dad always tells me that to do one extra round. Because if I'm gonna fight 12 rounds, I always have to do an extra round to show that I'm in world condition and that I could last all 12 rounds. So yes, probably next week I'm gonna do 12, 13 rounds, and yes, the next week is gonna be last week of sparring, and still, training hard, working on my defense, working on moving, and yes, stuff like that. That how to beat Gervonta Davis. We're gonna go try and do a perfect fight. Hopefully, my body responds, and we could do that fight day.
Make sure to pack a PlayStation or a bunch of movies, because I've heard stories from people that they go crazy in the hotel being there in the bubble.
Yeah, not looking up for that. I heard that to be our bubble right there. It's gonna be like for a week that we have to stay in the hotel. We can't go out. We can't have no visitors, nothing like that. And it is really hard, frustrating. But hey, this is our job. We have to do it. We have to sacrifice.
Well, Leo, man, hey, it was good catching up with you, and really good seeing you. I'm glad you're doing okay, and I'm even more happy that your dad is doing okay, and he's healed up and he's a lot better now.
Yeah, no, I really thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the prayers and everything, and now we gotta go out there, take care of business, and make my dad proud.
Yo, you, yes, you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.